fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. From the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. From the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Do you know I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do you know who we are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do you know who I am? Do you know who we are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. We are of the Spirit, only of the Spirit. Only can the Spirit turn the world around. We are from the Spirit, only of the Spirit. Only can the Spirit turn the world around. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to New Thought Center for Spiritual Living. We are so happy to have you with us this morning. We've got the New Thought Messengers with Angie Spinelli filling in on piano today while I'm up here. We've got Claire Miner joining us on vocals. And as always, Faith, Liz, Brandon, Joe, and Adrian. Please stand and sing some music with us.
Love is leading me on. Troubles fade and my heart is strong. Love is leading me on. When my day feels like an empty cup, love is leading me on. I open up and let love fill me up. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. Troubles fade and my heart is strong. Love is leading me on. I feel my sorrow and I know my fear. Love is leading me on. I know God's love is with me right here. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. The troubles fade and my heart is strong. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. Troubles fade and my heart is strong. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on. Love is leading me on.
Thank you so much. We are streaming live across the world, and if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit us up in the comments section. Let us know where you're viewing us from. And share the link, hit like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Y'all ready to boogie?
I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love. I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. 'Cause that's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it,
I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy.
I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. 'Cause that's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it, I live
everyone. Welcome. Yes, I did a thing. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, I figure, after 117 degrees in Portland, it was time to chop it up. Anyway, thank you. Hello and welcome to all of you online joining us from wherever in the world you are joining us. We are so grateful that you are here. And this is the day that love has made, is it not? I want to just, first of all, say a hello and a loving goodbye to our teens, acknowledging them over there, and our practitioner, Sarah, and ministerial student as they go off to do their important work in the world. We love you, teens. I also want to take a moment, and out of respect, this is a time where in our service now we acknowledge that we stand on the land of the Kalapuya people. We affirm Indigenous history, experiences, and sovereignty. And I want to, for the folks who are here for the very first time, I want to welcome you into this sacred space, this sacred place, this place of love. If you are here for the very first time, know that we are an inclusive, compassionate community that speaks love and walks love in the world. We are dedicated to social action and making the world a better place for all people. We have welcome packets at the table there. I invite you to grab one, sign up for our emails so you can know all of the fabulous things we're doing here. And if you are online joining us for the first time, please, I invite you to check out our website and see all the things that we are doing there. So, beloved Shelley Walker, would you do our opening prayer?
Let's take a moment and anchor our time in prayer. If you choose, you can cast your eyes down or gently rest them. And with this next breath, allowing your body to rest. To know that right here, right now, the presence of love, the presence of grace, the presence of joy divine is unfolding perfectly. For there is an ever-present love that is everywhere present, that goes by many names. I call it God, I call it Spirit, I call it universe divine, but by whatever name, what it is, it's just love. Ever-present, ever-loving love. And so in this place of grace, I speak a word of blessing on our time together, how very good it is to take a pause, to take a breath, and to remember that great truth, that there is a love that is everywhere present, and it is this love that is setting us free, right here, right now. I bless it all, and we let it be. Blessed, blessed be. And so it is. And so I invite you to stay in this place, this centered space, as we move into our time of spiritual practice. And so, again, I invite you to breathe. And as you breathe into this body, as you breathe into this time, as you breathe into this space, recognize that this breath, this time, this space, it's a blessing. And everywhere we look, there's another blessing, and another, and another, when we look with the eyes of love. And so as you breathe, as you look with love, recognize the blessing that it is.
Grateful for all blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And so it is. It is with the utmost joy that I get to welcome up our very own Brian Harris, this week's featured artist. So enjoy the wonderful music he's going to make with us.
Thank you. When I wake up in the morning and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, weighs heavy on my mind. Then I look to you, and the world's all right with me. I just want to look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day,
A lovely day.
lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
When the day that lies ahead of me feels impossible to face, and someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. I just want to look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Lovely day, 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 lovely day,
Lovely day, lovely day. lies ahead of me, Adrian Martin, feels impossible to face. And someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. A lovely day. A lovely lovely day.
Oh, Brian
Thank you so much.
Harris, Elizabeth, Faith, and Claire. Thank you, Claire, for being here. Isn't the music amazing? Oh, thank you. This music, lovely day. I just want to dance okay, but I'll talk a little bit, but then I'm going to dance. Lovely day. I'm going to be singing that all day. Thank you so much, Brian Harris. What a blessing you are. I want to also thank Reverend Barb for speaking last week. Isn't she just? Oh, we love her. And Katrina Rogers, who just did such a great job singing. It's hard to believe. Her angel baby Willow is a year old already. Oh, my word. And one of our angel babies, McKenna, turned 19 last Sunday. And so we were able to celebrate with her. And so happy birthday, my dearest McKenna, our Buddha baby, for sure. It just so happens that this coming Tuesday is one of the most important festivals in the Muslim calendar. It is known as Eid al-Adha or Bakra Eid. And, Islam is a religion of peace, of openness, of compassion and kindness. And whatever faith you might be, everyone is always welcome to celebrate and learn from the ancient and rich tradition of Islam. And if you grew up Muslim or you know someone who is, you will know that this is a very special time of year. This is a time that is really a symbol of hope for millions of Muslims around the world. They get dressed up and spend time with friends and with family, and they eat special dishes, and it's a time to really reconnect with their Muslim faith. It is typically celebrated the day after the Holy Hajj pilgrimage that many Muslims take during this time of year. And it is based on a very, very ancient story. Now, quick sidebar / reminder / disclaimer. Sacred texts and the stories within them were never, ever meant to be taken literally. For thousands of years, most of humanity had an oral tradition, and that was their way of education, and stories were the primary tool that was used. And these stories were told throughout the ancient world, from the Bhagavad Gita in Hinduism to the Hebrew Bible, the Torah, to the Christian Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament rather. And these stories are throughout them, and they were just that, stories. Okay. That said, with great love, the Muslim festival of Eid al-Adha is known as the Festival of Sacrifice. The word Adha means sacrifice in Arabic, and the holiday is celebrated to commemorate the prophet Ibrahim, also known as Abraham, for his willingness to stay connected to God or Spirit and his faith. So as the story goes, in the Quran, Ibrahim has a dream in which Allah commands him to sacrifice his only son, Ismail, And to make a long and potentially gruesome tale very, very short, just as Ibrahim is about to kill his son Ismail, Allah stops him, sending the angel Jibril or Gabriel with a ram to sacrifice instead of his son, and Ibrahim is lifted up and he is revered for his dedication to God. If this story sounds at all familiar to you, it is because it is the very same story with just a few minor changes from the Hebrew Bible, where Abraham is told by the character God to sacrifice his only son, and in the Hebrew version, his son is named Isaac. And again, just as Abraham is about to kill Isaac, he is stopped by an angel, and a ram appears to be sacrificed instead. Full apologies and love to all the rams. Islam arrived on the scene approximately 600 or so years after Christianity. And we know that the Prophet Muhammad was born about 570 years after Jesus of Nazareth. And in Islam, they honor, in the Quran, they honor many prophets, including Jesus and Mary and Moses and John the Baptist. Actually, 39 prophets from the Hebrew Bible or Old Testament and Christian Bible, 39 of them are specifically mentioned and honored in the Quran. Many of us who are non-Muslim were not taught that. So keeping all of that sort of in context and in mind as we move forward, for Muslims, this festival, Eid al-Adha, the festival of sacrifice, is considered to be the very most important festival in the Muslim calendar, in the year. The story of Abraham, again, it is just a story, however harrowing, has endured for thousands and thousands of years. Think of it like the ancient Marvel movie, right? It's kind of like that. It was meant to pack a punch. It was meant to get attention. And there is a reason it has endured for thousands of years, and that is because it poses one of the most important questions for people on a spiritual path. For those of us in New Thought, the story of Abraham or Ibrahim asks, are you willing to listen to your inner guidance? Are you really willing? How willing are you to follow Spirit within you, even when it is difficult to do so? My talk today is called To Be Willing. We teach that the more we turn towards our inner guidance, that still small voice, the more clear it becomes. And the more that we do that, the more awake we become to truly be able to live our lives co-creating with the divine. Can you get that every moment of your life you are actually given the opportunity to co-create with the divine? You with me on that? I mean, little moments, big moments, in between moments. We're always given an opportunity to co-create with God. And as we awaken to our empowered self, we live in partnership with Source, with Spirit. Our lived reality is that the God of the ancient world is no longer a moody, faraway character in the sky, but rather the deepest and most profound loving guidance within us and all around us. And when we can walk our faith in relationship to that degree, we live in an empowered life. We live in the empowered promise of embodied grace, a living hope, and unconditional love. It is available for all of us. It's no longer a hoping and a praying and a hoping and a praying. You know, that's the past. It's not that. That was another time, another version of faith. What we teach in New Thought is that there is a grounded, tangible connection, an intimate relationship with the divine that is available to all of us. So what does this look like in 2021? What does this look like today? So, you know, as far as like woo-woo goes, I'm pretty high on that scale. Unapologetically, 100%, God is in everything, thank you very much. And that said, things do not magically happen. I'm going to say that again. Hang with me. Things do not magically happen. Anything that happens, including miracles, are propelled by one thing, and that one thing is will, divine will, capital W, will. Anything that feels miraculous, positive, curative is backed by the benevolent, loving force and will of nature. In A Course in Miracles, it says there is no order of difficulty in miracles, meaning miracles, the miracles that we experience every single day, and dare I say it, every hour, the fact that we breathe is a miracle. Understanding that these are too numerous to even mention these miracles because they're constantly happening, occur as a result of a benevolent, loving universe, a divine will that is always, always loving and always working on our behalf. The key here is to understand that this divine will, which only loves, comes from within us. It's not out there. It's not something we seek. It is something to be revealed from within us. Jesus of Nazareth said, "It is not my will, but thy will be done." He was talking about the power within him and in all of us. Understanding that God or Spirit can only do for us what God can do through us, which is what we teach in metaphysics. We are the second half of the equation. This is where accountability comes in. This is where responsibility comes in. It's easier to not. It's easier to just be like, God has this, whatever. That is so easy and does nothing because we are the second half of the miracle. We are always the second half of the miracle. We are required to show up and participate. It's kind of like last week when Reverend Barb was sharing so beautifully about our beloved congregant Sandy Berry, who recently made her transition. And if you remember, if you saw Rev Barb's talk, she talked about a moment where she was in nature and she felt Sandy's energy, right? Her spirit. And the thing to note here, that miracle, if you will, feeling Sandy's spirit in the natural world required that Reverend Barb be awake enough to notice and experience the feeling and this gift. She had to be awake to experience that miracle. We must be willing to be awake in our lives. Now, huge shift. It's all connected, I promise. There is an orange jasmine plant called Murraya. 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 Someone's phone is doing that for those of you online. Can you hear the Twilight Zone? It was the most perfect timing. It's God going, Murraya. This is what it is. It's so exquisitely timed. You have no idea what's coming. Hang on. We're just going to let it go until it goes to voicemail. All right. Murraya was the final spelling word for the big, huge national script spelling bee that was won last week by 14-year-old Zaila Avantgarde. She became the very first Black American to win and hold the title of National Spelling Bee Champion. Zaila also happens to hold 3 Guinness Book of World Records for dribbling multiple basketballs. She's an incredible human being. At 14 years old, Zaila got the idea to get into spelling as a sport only a few years ago, which is rare in that kind of arena, in that world. And I wanted to share with you her inspirational triumph because she is the perfect example of what I am speaking about today. In New Thought, we understand that the divine energy of this universe, call it God, call it source, call it spirit, again, whatever word works for you, All of this works in the realm of ideas. Ernest Holmes said, anything that will enable us to express greater life, greater happiness, greater power, so long as it does not harm anyone, must be the will of God for us. The nature of spirit is that it is always ever giving to us. It is always giving us divine ideas. That is one of the many ways spirit communicates with us, is through the realm of ideas in our mind. We all can get ideas about all kinds of things all the time, right? Yes? But to really catch the Spirit's idea for you, God's idea for you, it requires that attention be paid. In some Buddhist meditative techniques, it is suggested that for creative inspiration, all we need do is get quiet, and in meditation, pay attention to what ideas come forth. It's one version of Buddhist meditation. It's very powerful. So this isn't a new idea. We like to think it is. It is not. It is ancient. In the Christian scriptures, it is written, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with them, and they with me." Spirit is always at the door, knocking. We just have to be willing to open it. How many times do we humans just ignore that knocking? I know, I do. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Okay. Do you know what I'm talking about? That knocking at our hearts, that's letting us know that there's a whole new way, a fresh start, a healthy alternative, a peace-filled path, a righteous path, a life of meaning and depth and joy. Once you receive a divine idea, and you know what these are because they feel different. It's not like, yes, I'm going to have lunch now. That's an idea, perhaps not necessarily divine. The divine ideas that come in give us a feeling of sort of a heightened reality. There's a quickening within us. This idea can sometimes bring a rush of warmth, of happiness, of calm. Or if the idea inspires you, you will maybe get a burst of energy. Sometimes for me, when I get an inspirational idea, I'm like, I gotta go take a nap. This is a whopper, and I need to just go sleep for a few minutes. Everybody is different. But the thing is that anytime we get one of these ideas, it is a message from the wisdom within us, God within us. So throughout this week, when you get an idea, and maybe it's call a friend, and you call the friend and you realize, wow, I'm really glad I called this person. That was a divine idea in the mind of God that you listened to and you followed through with, right? So it comes in many different ways. So the nature of spirit knows no different than to be ever giving and always giving to us. It is always propelling its loving will forward on our behalf, and it's up to us to work with it or not. Zaila Avant-Garde caught the divine idea from within her to begin competitively spelling, and this divine idea that has now changed her life completely has also changed the lives of black and brown and kids all over America who realize that it is possible for them too. There is no private good, as Ernest Holmes taught. When we get a divine idea, it is always going to benefit not only us, but others. So know that. If you receive a divine idea and you're on the fence, maybe what might help you take that leap of faith is to realize in that moment, this could benefit others. Sometimes that's all we need, right? So what might this look like in practical terms for us? So on the personal level, let me just toss out some examples. You might get the divine idea to go back to school, maybe, to complete something, to forgive a person, or to apologize to someone, finally. Or maybe, who knows, maybe you get the divine idea to start dating again. No chance? Is that what you said? That's awesome. All right. Maybe you get the divine idea to complete a relationship. Whatever the idea may be, in the very next breath that idea comes to you, I invite you to take a deep breath and just gently check in. And you can ask yourself, will this idea enable me to express greater life, greater happiness, greater power, and not cause harm? The way to proceed from a grounded spiritual place is to make all of this conscious, to stay aware and to stay awake as these ideas come to you. And I see this myself as a very practical sort of four-step process. And in a moment, I'm going to ask John to put this up on the screen for those of you online and those of you here. And you will notice that in each step, you are always at choice. And the key phrase is always, am I willing? So the first step, when you receive an idea, is number one, is to be willing to just do it. That's the first thing. You receive an idea, and it's just about, am I willing to do this? Is this idea something that you choose to do? And you may not, but allow the idea to come to the forefront. Allow the idea not to just kind of quiet back or become part of the din of the noise of your life. When you receive a divine idea, that heightened moment, that rush of energy or that need to nap, when that comes, I invite you to allow it to be conscious in your being and make a conscious choice. So that's number one. The second is be willing to start it. Be willing to start the thing. A lot of us have inner dreams. We have goals. We have intentions to begin something. Many of us have notebooks filled with plans, or we've worn out our significant others by talking about them. Nobody here. We have these plans. And just as we're kind of getting ready to begin, just as we're getting ready to start, something shifts, something happens internally, and we don't do it. It's like we back down from the edge of the diving board. We're just about to take that leap, and just before we do, we back up and we climb down the ladder. And we go sit in the shade if you're me. If that is something that you do, I invite you to gently explore why. Why is that? And if this is a pattern for you, you can ask yourself, what am I afraid of here? And begin to peel back those layers. You might even anchor the image of backing up from the diving board and allow that to bring awareness to you in those moments. And you can even say, whoa, look at me, I'm backing up from the diving board. What is that about, God? The third step is be willing to do the actual work it requires, both the inner work and the outer work. So, okay, let's say that you stayed on the diving board and you took the leap. And after we've made the leap of faith into the pool, what can happen after some time is that on some level we lose interest or we aren't willing to do the work that it requires. Are you with me? You know what I'm talking about? Remember, we're always co-creating with the divine, and if God can only do for us what God can do through us, then that means that we have to keep doing it. We keep paddling. We keep swimming. Yes? Okay, so, Zayela went for it. She studied for 6 to 7 hours per day. Sometimes that child studied 13,000 spelling words a day. That is a willingness and a dedication and a belief in God within her. A belief in that. She just kept swimming. So notice, if this is the step where you tend to get off track, I invite you to gently inquire inwardly as to why. Wow, I'm in the pool. Why do I not want to do the work now? What is it that stops you from doing the work and progressing further? Could it possibly be maybe unconscious fear about fill in the blank? It's different for everyone. Or could it be a conscious rebellion? For some people, that That can be what it is. And finally, the fourth step is to be willing to complete it. So often we stop short just before we complete the thing. You know, just before we complete the thing. I will share with you, I did a huge revamp of my closet, and I spent days, and I gave so much away, and it was so nice. And then there were still a few piles. I just left them there. What? It would have taken me 5 minutes to just pick them up and fold them and put them away. But I left, I spent 3 days, you know, cleaning and clearing and all the things. Then I was like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, that's enough. I came back the next day and I was like, seriously, Shannon? Seriously? You couldn't have taken like a minute and just put the, anybody? Anybody? You know? So often we stop short just before we complete the thing, whatever that thing is. You know? We do the work, but we don't actually take it to the finish line. And what is that for you? What is that in your life, big or small? If at any point you have had a divine idea and you find yourself flailing with it or questioning it, and for some of you, I know you are in that place right now because I can feel it. And you've shared it with me. I know this. If you are getting lost in the process, if you're somewhere in the 4-step process and you're just like, willy-nilly, I invite you to just stop, take a breath, and ask the quintessential question that I'm going to invite you to ask every day. And that is, am I willing? Am I willing? It's okay if you're not, but if you bring your awareness to it, that will propel that divine will forward. Am I willing? There is great power in that. Because during this time of Eid al-Adha, it is in your willingness that you will be, as the ancients taught us, given angels who intercede in a myriad of ways through people and situations. Who knows, you might get a ram. The universe divinely orchestrates to support you always, if you are willing. Let's pray. I invite you to take a deep breath in. What a blessing to feel the energy of willingness, the freedom of choice, of choosing, and the power of knowing that we are never alone in that. Recognizing this one divine presence and power that is love itself, called by so many names, God, Spirit, Allah. How good it is to know that this love lives and breathes within each one of us and is everywhere present. What a blessing to know there truly is no spot where God is not. We are all interconnected in this web of life and in this web of love. And so from this place of love and connectedness and oneness, I affirm for each one of us as we move through our week that there is an opportunity to be willing, whatever that is, and to take it from the first step to the second, to the third, to continue, to complete the thing that God has given us to do, to be, and to live. And so it is from this place of grace that I call into this prayer our loved ones, our friends, our family, knowing that this love surrounds them just as it surrounds us here in this beloved outdoor sanctuary under the trees, recognizing that this love is impenetrable. It is everywhere present. The same love goes forth and surrounds any place or being that is impacted by violence or challenge. In this moment, we allow this prayer to be felt, to be known, to be heightened. Right where the fires are in Oregon, the floods in Germany, where the righteous stand for voting rights is. In this moment, I allow this prayer to be power and love, infusing all of these people and places with grace and goodness and godness. And so I bless all people everywhere, all people who worship in churches and mosques and temples and synagogues and ashrams and circles, all places where people gather in the name of love and in their willingness. So it is from this place of grace that I am filled with so much gratitude for each beloved here, knowing that as we move forward in love. I am so grateful for this knowing. I allow it to be, and so it is. Blessed be. Blessed be. So, let's all take a nice deep breath. This is our time for conscious giving. And I want to take a moment as you are taking out your gift or taking out your phone. I want to let you know that we have our tithing. We have a beautiful tithing community ministry, and they tithe every month. And I just wanted to let you know a couple of places where we have, as a community, paid it forward. We have given from your gifts, because every time you give, a portion of that goes to our lived values in the world. ACT Northwest, which is a youth treatment and recovery center. We have given to Curvy Chic Closet Foundation, which empowers and inspires plus-size individuals to be their best selves through addressing how to overcome body obstacles. Very empowered group, and also to the CSL Capital Campaign to purchase Cedar Ridge Retreat Center for our teens. Such good work we get to do in this world. What a blessing it is. And so if you are tithing at this moment on your phone and you would like a reminder of what the phone number is, our text to give is 503-966-3236. Again, 503-966-3236. You can text to give. It's very easy. And if you are a monthly giver, I invite you to take your tithing card if you have it with you. And if you are giving gifts, we have our buckets just handily fixed to the poles there. You can place your gift in there. And so let us together say our blessing. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Thank you. All right, Brian Harris, come on up, my friend. Let's give him a hand. You're on a roll.
Thank you. And thank you for that talk, Shannon. That was wonderful. Yeah. Ready to party? Brothers and sisters, now is the time to get up and get on the floor, dance to the music. We found the joy and the light that we've been searching for, 'cause it's a party, interplanetary party. Yes, it is, yeah, oh, yeah, it's a party, interplanetary party. Come on, yeah. Just imagine living in a place where we can live as one. Faith and trust and life without borders, peace for everyone. I'm calling out to all of God's children, claiming to understand. A war has never been a solution. Let's embrace our fellow man, 'cause it's a party, shelter, let the hot water wash out poverty. Reaching out to all of the nations, we need to understand problems disappear when we give with unselfish hands. 'Cause it's a party, it's a planetary party. Yes, it is, people, it's a party. It's a planetary party. Come on. Now's the time to bring the world together. We're not leaving anybody out. Love is what we need now more than ever. Christian, Buddhist, Hebrew, Islamic, doesn't matter what you are. Yeah, we ask you for compassion. There is room for everyone. It's a party, it's a planetary party. Yes, it is, yes, it is, yes, it's a party. It's a planetary party. Come on, now, people, it's a party. It's a planetary party. Everyone's invited to the party. It's a planetary party. Yes, it is, yeah, yeah. Well, it's a party. Thank you so much.
Music director Brian Harris, Adrian Martin. Dude, that was amazing. Happy birthday. We're so glad you were born. Hey, y'all, have a seat. I have a couple of quick announcements for you. I want to let you know that this is your very last chance to register for our summer class, Building a Healing Consciousness, with our wonderful own practitioner, Sarah Forbes. So if you're interested in that, talk to her. She'll have a table up in the courtyard after service. Our annual business meeting is next Sunday, July 25th from 1 to 2:30. Members of the center can join both in person or online. Also, y'all, please spread the word. Our Caring Corner Food Pantry is going to be open on Monday, the 26th, and Tuesday, the 27th. Y'all, I'm out of breath from dancing. That was so much fun. Okay, Monday the 26th and Tuesday the 27th from 11 to 3. And hey, it's more than food. It's also cleaning supplies and toiletries and paper products and all of the things that we need to do life. So please spread the word in your circles. You never know who might need just a little bit of help right now. So make sure everyone's aware. And we have a new offering every Monday in August. Monday mornings at 10 a.m. We're going to have a lovely Qigong group right here under the tent. So if you're local and you're interested in that or any of the things we've talked about, all of the info's on our site, newthoughtscsl.org. Reverend Shannon, come on up. And you know what? Today, we have people, hello, Arizona, California, Nebraska, Nolans, as we call it in the South, Colorado, all across Oregon, and Rev Shannon.
Yes. We have our beloveds actually watching in Germany. And we want you to know that our hearts are with you as you navigate the experience of the flooding there. We love you. Stay safe. Stay safe. Also, our teens are back. Awesome teens. Hey, parents, you can pick up your children at the Children's Pavilion. And just so you know, we had a special treat. Sarah's husband, Rich, who is a Waldorf teacher, by the way, was doing our childcare. Can we just we love you, Rich. Thank you. He stepped in for us today. So grateful for him. You can pick up your children under the pavilion there. If you're a practitioner, would you please stand? Can we all just acknowledge our practitioners here? And the reason for that is because I want you to see them so that you can recognize who they are, so you can avail yourself to them and pray with them. And if you are a practitioner, if you would kindly just walk back to the prayer tent and just start to make your way back there, that would be awesome. Please pray with practitioners. They do an incredible, incredible service in this community. All right, so with that, let us say our final blessing. I invite you to take in a deep breath. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light. Until we meet again, may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Mwah! You are loved. Have a great week.
I release and I let go. I let